Boy, it's a nice car you got.
Like a trashy cowboy hat, but it's in the shed. So with dating, it's definitely not getting involved with somebody that's a piece of shit and is going to treat me bad. My one biggest fault is probably not giving someone enough chance. You know, I'm pretty quick on the draw to be like, no thank you. That's really the truth. Unfortunately for some. And not. Yes.
So here, this is the first of the Friday the 13th work. I was going to show this to you.
Alright.
I'm just kind of curious what you think of this. What's your opinion of this?
I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Apparently this woman is very angry. What exactly is she holding right here?
I actually, it's a dog collar.
A dog collar?
From his dog, Ben. Okay, the story behind this piece is that this lady got to know named Mary. And she told me a story about how her husband, at the time, was dying of alcoholism. And his name is Mike, and she had this whole video project called Orange Judas, which is about him going orange from jaundice. And so at the end of, he called her up, and they were kind of like not corresponding with each other.
When you say Judas, do you mean the betrayer?
The betrayer, yeah.
All right.
And so she ended up like going to his hotel room where he was at, and she sit there, and when he was telling her to help her, take her to the hospital or whatever, she saw him. He was in his boxers, and he was turned like orange, and so she ended up telling him about, well, this is my revenge against you. And she started just telling him about Ben and getting all over. Ben's a dog that basically he ended up killing her dog. And so she held a lot of grudges against him, and so this turned into this big battle. And but the story she tells is pretty powerful about why she.
So this is her husband, and she was abused over a number of years?
Yeah.
So in other words, this is like her redemption.
Yeah. Like
her way to get back at him, because now he's weakened and obviously in a miserable situation from the ailments he's had during his life. And when it has her, she's telling him off. Yeah,
she's like, die, I am like, sorry, son of a bitch. You killed Ben. I forgot what I wrote there. There's something about like the way she took him. He was like asking her for mercy, but she was, it's like she thought he was a total psycho. And so he was totally didn't understand what he had done, and so she was there to remind him, like justice. It was her justice moment. So it makes it kind of.
So this is very powerful, because a lot of times people would think that this is the moment where you forgive the person for being an abuser, and instead she's taken the opportunity. But on the other hand, this is a weak setting, because it gives this idea of justification and vindication as if she has one-upped him. But in reality, it's kind of the same side of the coin, like victim and aggressor. She, in all, is actually not the strong person that she wants to be. I think because she's used to playing extreme parts. So she's being the extreme that he once was to her. So it's a very interesting piece.
I love Mary to death. And she's definitely gone bonkers over him. To a degree.
So he has already died, correct?
Yeah, he died a while back, but this is like I think she disconnected from him, and then he ended up getting ill, and so he needed her help, because they were both married. He wouldn't divorce her.
I see.
And so he turned into this really nasty, like the War of the Roses type stuff. But she was a big animal bird. She had a lot of dogs, and Ben was like her main dog, and
he killed the dog. I
think he did something to it. I forgot what, but she wanted him to know he wasn't getting off. He wasn't skating easily. So.
He sounds like a piece of work.
It's another Mary one. I had this vision of Mary, because Mary loves to talk about sluts and drinking and stuff, and this is kind of based on like a Friday the 13th scene. Friday the 13th Part 2. Have you ever seen that?
She's decapitated here.
Well, have you seen Friday the 13th Part 2?
I can't remember it. I've seen all of them at one point.
Where Jason, or no, what was it? Some girl cut Jason's mother's head off and then floated, it spun out of control. And
I don't remember that one.
Oh, but basically it's based on Friday the 13th. And so then I thought it'd be funny to have a Jason's mother's head on this table, and she's yelling at this girl here, kind of a Blossom-esque kind of person. And it says, "You're knee deep in slut now, bitch." And so she's like warning her about her drinking and whatnot.
It's almost like she's her own self-loathing self talking to her. Do you know, like when you get really out of control and you've had way too much to drink, and this is kind of the self-loathing voice, you know, in a way? Which doesn't necessarily stop you. It's usually a precursor to going even deeper, which appears to be happening here.
She's knee deep in slut. And I've warned Blossom that a lot. She's getting closer and closer. She's like hitting.
So this is another person that you know?
Yeah, she's an acquaintance of mine. Oh shit! Hold on a second.
Hey, it's the happy cow, and it's a happy one. Oh, what a whore. This is a cute car. You know, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like the fact that she like chose a story that, it's just something I was thinking about. Like she chose a story of when she got redemption against her abuser. Do you know what I mean? Like this is a formative story for her. That actually says a lot about the person too. That
there's plenty more Mary stories.
Like why would you choose that story? It's obviously a point to relay to another person.
Well,
some people would choose to hide it.
Mary thought I was an alcoholic.
She thought that you were?
Yeah. And I was abusing Suzanne. I was trapping her because she thought I was a psychopath.
She was making you play a part.
Well, she was informing me of the how men are. She was giving me her life's wisdom. Successfully, you know.
She was expecting you to play a part, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm not like that. I'm not really that bad.
Ergo, the part did not work very well.
See, in this painting here,
is this also another Mary painting?
No, that's went through all these weird things. Like
she made a painting of her own self decapitated.
No. She made a painting of Mary's head decapitated.
Oh, of her former friend.
And then Suzanne had a machete in her head. And there was Jason.
She was Jason?
Well, she was a victim of Jason, and Jason was back here.
I see.
But
Mary was the victim.
She was Jason's mother.
Mary.
Yeah.
Okay.
She portrayed
Suzanne was helping?
She was a victim of Jason.
Suzanne was also a victim?
Yeah.
Okay,
it was a great painting, and then I ended up editing it. She gave it to me, and she hated the painting. But I kind of edited out Jason and cropped it. I wanted to do good composition to it. But I wanted to do an homage to that painting. And so I put this hog head here instead of Mary. Because there's this whole history of hog heads. And I made a hog head painting, barbecue stuff. And then not Mary, but Suzanne has a painting I did of hog head barbecue. And she actually did a hog head painting, monkey painting. She's a great artist. She does all kind of like horror themed inspired stuff. So. And so I was more. But
does she see her friend as like a motherly figure and them victims against the man in the back? Is that what the painting
maybe
could have been?
Yeah.
And then here you come in and you care much less and are more concerned with barbecue and just insert a pig's head instead. You're like, yeah, that's nice, but it'd be better with a pig's head in the middle.
Well, let me tell you something. Suzanne made a painting of one of my smoker pits. She knew exactly what smoker pit it was, and she put that in there. She made a lot of great paintings. I just liked her art, you know, and that was the meeting point.
But are you ever attracted to someone because they make good art?
Well, yeah, hell yeah.
It adds to their attraction, right?
If you make good art, you know, so if you have a character, it's like you have a history. You can keep up with it. Well, I'm an artist, you know, you like your own
type. Do you feel that people find you more attractive because of your art?
Hopefully.
But is that the motivation?
Well, you know,
or is it part of the motivation?
Musicians play guitar to get laid.
Uh-huh.
So
is that what artists do?
If they're lucky.
I don't know.
If they're lucky, I don't know. Yeah.
If they're lucky.
But no, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily end like that. No.
I see.
There's always, you can always say what motivates you. You have to make really good work, and it's usually based on themes.
Well, usually your motivations are a complex set of scenarios, a complex set of things.
Yeah.
So that's why Asapik came into play at all. I mean, she was able to lure a man in through her art. At some point when she became single.
I don't think she was doing that to lure men into art. I think she just did it because she thought
inadvertently.
Yeah, she thought those paintings that she made was really interesting and funny.
I see. It's easy to connect with someone you have something in common with.
Exactly, yeah. And that was my end, I guess you could say. But I kept it as that. You know, but so what? You know, if you're interested in the same topics, it's not about
of course.
It's not about courtship.
I agree.
I mean, she could be a really good hoghead barbecuer, and she's telling me secret recipes from her family past.
Would that be attractive?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I want to know. You know, if you told me things about your past that I thought, well, damn, I want to know what this is about. This is something I've never heard before. What do you think this painting here is about?
I'm not sure, but I'm finding that you have a lot of naked women who seem to be in the throes of something. Why is that?
Well, this painting is a real special painting.
All right.
I made these videos earlier and had to kick them off, but it's about this lady that I got to know out in West Texas, named Ruby Lone Star.
Does she have to be naked?
Well, I just wanted to know that she can be vulnerable. She's a very secure, defensive, guarded individual. And it's about her finding this special sweater. There's a sweater here, and it has her head with that hook. And this is kind of an homage to my all-time good bro buddies named Kevin.
All right.